do you know I'm not just using you for your money? And he was just like, well, are you? And I was just like, no. Again, my thought days, y'all, because listen, I want to get my own money now. I ain't worried about no nigga money, okay? I'm trying to get my own shit.
Young Dizzle.
What's up? Hey. What's up, y'all? It is your girl, Jimmy P. We is back in the motherfucking building. And guess what? We are back with another story time. My good sis, Aaliyah J, did a video. And she talked about her thought story. And it was basically like a flued out story. So, I wanted to talk about my thought story, the time I got flued the fuck out, okay? Period. Okay, y'all, so before we get into this story time, make sure y'all are subscribed right now because it's free. And I mean, at this point, I just don't understand why you just won't subscribe. Like, so I'm gonna give y'all a second. Okay, did y'all subscribe? Okay, good. When I moved to Atlanta, I was, new in the city or whatever, so I just was like, same thing Aaliyah J was saying. I was starting bobbing, okay? I was young. I think I was, what, 22, I think, or something. Yeah, I think I was 22. I had just graduated college, and, like, all I ever knew was Baltimore. So, like, me, like, leaving the city and like moving to a whole other state was like big for me. So yeah, like I already knew, I'm about to get chose out here. Like I want me a baller, shot caller. Like bitch, I was not playing. Okay, so a couple months of me moving down here, my homegirl back home, she had moved in. Well, she not my homegirl no more, fuck that bitch.
And
but she had moved down here too or whatever. I was like, help her out or whatever, and just having her come down here. She wanted to move to Atlanta, so I tried to help the girl out. So she gets down here or whatever, and I don't remember how she met this guy, but basically she had met this guy, and she was saying he got money and blah 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 blah. So like she was like, we about to go out to the bar or whatever, come out with us. So I'm like, okay, I'll come out. We go to the place or whatever, everything was cool, and he's driving, and I see him, and he looks really like dorky, and like I was just like, no, I wasn't feeling it. But I mean, he was cute, but like dorky looking. So I'm just like, what in the world? When I see him, I'm just like, what the fuck? So he had gotten in the car. We had gotten in the car or whatever. He had a truck. It was a nice little truck or whatever. And I was just like, okay, he got a nice truck. And we actually had met them. We met them at his apartment. He lived downtown. I was like, okay, he had a nice apartment. He lived in one of them high rise or whatever, blah, blah, blah. So we get to the place and stuff, and, we sit down or whatever, and we start ordering. Well, I wasn't hungry, but he was asking, like, you want something to eat? And I'm just like, no, I'm okay. Like, I'm good. I don't want nothing to eat. And so he was like, we want something to drink? And I was like, yeah, I'll get something to drink. And he was like, what you want? And I was like, I'm like, you can just get me Moscato or whatever. So he was like, Moscato? I'm like, yeah. He was like, you gonna have more than one glass? And I was like, I mean, I'll probably get one or two. And he was like, you gonna get more than one glass? And he ordered the bottle, bitch. He was like, you can get me the bottle.
A large. You got your money.
I was like, okay, like the fuck. And I think they was really taxing on the bottle. I think the bottle was like $80, $100, something like that. It was like mad expensive for a bottle of fucking wine. He had got the wine or whatever, and he asked me like, you want a hookah? And I was like, yeah, I want a hookah. So he got me a hookah, and then he was like, you sure you don't want nothing to eat? And I was like, you know what, you can give me something to eat. He had ordered me some food. Like, yeah, he was like a real gentleman or whatever. He was just making sure I was taken care of. We leaving out of the thing or whatever, and we was like they was like, do y'all want to go somewhere else, like, or whatever, blah blah blah. And I'm just like, I mean, yeah, we can go to the club. I think it was Saturday, and I was so stuck. I was still stuck on like, the touristy clubs that people come to when they come to Atlanta, like Compound and stuff. And it was a Saturday, and I was like, yeah, let's go to Compound. And he was like, nah, like we can't go to Compound. He was like, we can go somewhere else, somewhere more chill. So in my mind, I'm thinking like, you just being broke because you know the sections at compound start at $1,000, and he didn't want to spend that. This is what I was thinking. So then a girl had called the other guy's phone. So let's call the cousin. Oh my God, did I tell this story? If y'all will go back to the story time that I did when I got into a fight in Atlanta, he left me stranded. I'll put it somewhere on the screen. This is the same guy. This is the same guy, y'all. Let's call his cousin, I forgot what I named him in the other video, but let's call his cousin BJ, and we're gonna call him Chris. So I forgot what happened, but we ended up just going back home or whatever, and we like called it a night because my homegirl was bugging out. Like, she got drunk off of like one drink, and she was bugging out, and she was really being mean to the other guy, his cousin or whatever, or whoever he was to him. I think it was his friend, but I don't know. But BJ, she was being really mean to BJ. So it was like a double date kind of thing, and she was just being real mean and rude to BJ. So we ended up going to the Juicy Crab one night. We just went on a date to the Juicy Crab, and he really did not want to go. Like, he's just really, really bougie. Like, he did not want to go. And he just like, yo, like, why are we going to the Juicy Crab? You don't want to just go to Papa Do's or something like that? And he was saying another seafood restaurant. I was like, no, I want the one in the bag. Like, the fuck? I was being real ghetto, but I wanted what I wanted. And so we had went or whatever, and the same thing, when we got there, he was real picky or whatever, and like, he ordered a bottle of champagne. Like, instead of buying, like, you know, just the drinks, he was like, you know, his bottle of champagne. We started talking about watches and stuff, and I was telling him like my fascination with watches, and I love watches and stuff. And so yeah, that was real cool or whatever. So we started, he was telling me that he had to go on a trip to California tomorrow. He was like, yeah, I leave tomorrow or whatever. He was like, do you want to come? And I just started laughing, and I was just like, I can't just up and leave like that. Like, what are you talking about? So, and then I was like, I just thought he was joking, honestly. Like, I really thought he was joking, y'all. So the rest of the day go on, and then we get back in the car and we driving back to my house. He like, I'm for real, like, you should just come with me to California. I'm gonna buy you a ticket. And I'm just like, them tickets gonna be mad expensive right now. Like, you want to fly me out tomorrow, and you want to buy the ticket like now? Like, that shit is gonna be mad expensive. I got flued out twice. I gotta tell you the other story when I got flued out too. So, because I think I'm mixing the stories up, but I couldn't take off. He was leaving Thursday, and I couldn't leave. No, he was leaving Thursday. He wanted me to fly out Friday, and I told him I can't fly out Friday because I work, but I get off at 5. I get off at 3, so I can get on a flight at like 7. And he was like, okay, bet. So I get to work or whatever, and I get a freaking phone call. No, I get a text message, and they was like, is this Jimmy? I didn't believe anything this man would say, honestly. Like, I don't even know. I think that was like the most irresponsible, most scariest thing I could have ever did, which was fly out of the freaking state with a guy I barely know, first of all. And I really never trusted anything he said. So at this time, because I think I'm going a little bit too fast. At this time, we hadn't even did anything yet. I don't even think we didn't even kiss yet. Like, we literally were just like, we had literally just met, I want to say maybe like a week before him asking me if I wanted to come to California. So I didn't really know him like that, and that was like really, really stupid of me, for real. But anyway, so like I said, we never did anything sexual. Like, we just kept going on dates and stuff and getting to know each other and everything. And honestly, if I'm just being real, I wasn't really that attracted to him. Like, he was really cute, but he was really like dorky looking to me. He wasn't a dork. Like, he was a real nigga, but he just was like, he just didn't fit the look that I liked. Like, you know what I mean? I felt like he was lying to me about his name or something, but he had a weird name. And then the girl texted me and was like, do you know, let's just say Octopus. It was like a weird ass name that she had texted, and he had a weird name. So I was like, is this nigga lying to me about his name? Like, I was just like, what the fuck? So, and then I heard his cousin BJ call him a different name before too. So I just was very confused. I was just like, I don't even know what to believe at this point. So which leads up to that video that I showed y'all, because that right there is, anyway. And at this time, I wasn't really talking to any other people. Like, I wasn't really taking anybody else serious. I had just started talking to this one guy, but it wasn't serious at all. So I just was confused. I just didn't know. So I text back and I was like, no, who is that? And they was like, something, you know who I'm talking about. He has a wife, he has a girlfriend and kids, so you need to stop fucking with him or something like that. So I call, cause I'm like, bitch, we not about to do this. Like, who you talking about, sis? Cause I really want to know, because I'm not with none of that girlfriend shit. Like, if you got a girlfriend, please do not hit my phone ever again, and I'll make it easy for you. Please, ma'am, let me know who you talking about so I can make sure to block that nigga number. But of course, she didn't answer the phone, and she didn't text me back after that, because I had double text and I was like, hello, answer the phone or whatever, and she didn't respond, and that was just the end of that. And I was just like, okay, well, I don't know, maybe somebody playing on my phone. Like, I just didn't take it serious at that point. I was just like, fuck it, whatever. And so he had called me or whatever while I was at work, and I was just like, what's your real name again? And that is just so stupid, because why do I not know your real name and I'm about to go to a whole other state with you? Like, that was just really dumb of me. And so he told me his real name again, and I was just like, you know somebody named such and such? And I said the name that the girl said, trying to see if he was gonna slip up and be like, oh, that's my government name, but I go by this name. But it just wasn't. So he was like, nah, like what? And I was just like, nothing, okay, never mind, like just fuck it or whatever. I was like, I gotta go back to work. Let me know when you book the flight. I get off work Friday. I had packed my bags before. That anyway, so I was like already ready, because I'd never been to California, and I always said like that's like my goal trip. I always wanted to go to California, and I was just like, I just cannot wait to go to California. So I was ready. Like, I packed the day before type shit, and I packed as soon as he was saying, I'm gonna book your flight tomorrow. I was already putting my clothes in the goddamn suitcase. So yeah, so he had booked my flight. The flight was like $600, y'all. I was like, bruh. So I get on the flight, everything is fine. I let him know when I get there. He paid for my luggage. I think I flew Delta or something like that, and I flew Delta, and he paid for my bags and everything. And I had got an Uber to drive me off at the airport, get on the plane. I usually only fly Southwest, so I wasn't really used to Delta, and I was like, okay, Delta, they was doing some shit, okay? They had the goddamn TVs and shit. I was watching movies. I usually go to sleep on planes. I didn't even go to sleep, bitch. I was motherfucking ready, okay? So I land, and he picks me up, and he is in, what kind of car was he? He was in another Jeep truck. So he had a Jeep truck at the one in Atlanta, and then he has another Jeep truck at the one in California. So I came in LAX, and he picked me up, and we was probably staying like 35 minutes from LA, like downtown, like LAX area or whatever. So we pull up, and it's like a little Airbnb type thing. And this is why it was like I never trusted him, or like what the fuck he had going on, because he just like, it was like the way the apartment, the Airbnb, or what he said, it wasn't an Airbnb. I feel like it was an Airbnb. The way the apartment was set up like Airbnb style. Like, people can like be there and have like different rooms. It was 2 rooms, and that's another thing. So he was like, do you want to sleep with me, or do you want to, like, you know, sleep in the other room? He was like, because I can set the other room up for you, just so, you know, you can sleep in the other room, you can be comfortable. And he was like, but if not, like, let me know. I can get you a hotel near me, so you know if you feel more comfortable sleeping in a hotel. And I was like, oh, that's real sweet. I was like, no, it's okay. Like, I can sleep in the other room. Like, that's fine. Like, you know, it's not that serious. So the thing about it is, there's nothing wrong with that. So when I get to the place or whatever, the place was nice, but I'm really thinking it's like, you know, a mansion. It really wasn't a mansion, but it was literally just an apartment. But it was a nice apartment. It was okay. It was like, you know, it was nice. It just wasn't what I was expecting, because his apartment in Atlanta was really, really nice. So I was expecting something really, really nice in LA too. So, but that's neither here nor there. So I get there or whatever, and the apartment is just set up weird. Like I was saying, it was 1 room, and the 1 room had 2 beds, and then the other room had 1 bed, and then the living room just had a couch, and like it just didn't look like nobody lived there. So when I was asking him questions about it and stuff, he was just saying like, he was like, yeah, I got the other bed for the other room for you. And then I was like, okay, so why is this room got 2 beds? And he was like, it's a king bed, but I split it apart for you. And I'm like, what? Like, it just wasn't making no sense to me, y'all. So I just let it go, because I'm like, okay, well, either way, like, even if he is capping about having money or whatever, he still flew me out to California. Like, the first night we stayed in, because I was so tired, y'all. I was tired, like, seriously. I hate flying. I was so tired. So the whole Friday night, he wanted us to go to the club. So when he came pick me up from the airport, we had went to In-N-Out Burger, because I always wanted to try In-N-Out Burger. And then so we went in the house, and I was knocked the fuck out. I was so mad, because I really wanted to, like, explore LA. Like, I was only going to be there until Sunday night, because I had to be to work Monday morning. So I was like, oh my god. So I was mad about that. But then Saturday we woke up, I got dressed or whatever, and of course he was trying to, like, feel like, you know, he was trying to, like, make his way over to, like, my, like, because I ended up staying in the room, because I felt really bad. I'm like, I'm not about to, this man just flew me out to a whole nother city, like, I mean, a whole other state. I'm not going to, like, sleep in another room. So I was like, okay, well, I'll sleep in the room with you, but it was the separate beds or whatever. He was like, you know, you gonna give me a kiss goodnight? And I was like, no, I like to take things slow. Like, I just want to chill and vibe out or whatever. And I'm really thinking about it, like, you were really stupid. Like, why would you fly a bitch out to a whole other state and allow her to not even kiss you? Like, come on. The second day of us being in California, we had got up, I had got dressed or whatever. He was putting on his outfits and stuff, and he was like, you know, he had all his stuff laid out, so like, and the closet had stuff in it. So I was like, it's because he was saying that this was his apartment, this was his California apartment, but it didn't look like it. So either it's a California apartment, he rents it out to other people as Airbnbs, or he's lying to me and this is an Airbnb. I didn't know, my phone just died. I didn't know which one it was, honestly, and I just didn't like that, because I feel like, just be honest with me. And then I'm thinking about it, it probably was the fact that he was just renting it out as an Airbnb, but still, as that, just say that. Like, and it's probably none of my business, but I don't care. Everything is my fucking business. You know, he had all his, like, designer and everything, his Gucci. He had a bunch of Yeezys and, like, you know, all his jewelry and stuff like that. And he had all his watches too. We had to go meet up with his Weed Connect, and we had met up with the Weed Connect or whatever. The Weed Connect stayed in downtown LA, and he was this, like, really famous director, and he was like the director. We was talking and stuff, and he had told me, he was like showing me, he just came from a set. It was using some famous actor's house, and the famous actor had did the house up, like, the driveway of his house was like a jungle, and he had got like big jungle palm trees, and like set up his driveway and everything like a jungle. Like, it was like, when I seen the pictures, I was like, oh my god, this is somebody's house. And he's like, yes, like, you gotta see the actual house. And then he, like, flipped this the screen or whatever, and I seen, like, the front of the house, and it was like humongous. It looked like right out of like a really expensive safari. Like, it was beautiful. So they were using that actor's house as the set for a movie that he was directing. So he was telling me, like, all the actors that's on this movie right now. Damn, did the movie come out? I wish I remember what movie it was, because the movie probably already came out into everything too. And so I seen him, and the director was fine, baby. I was like, damn, I need to be over here with him. He was married, y'all. He was married. So he take us up to his apartment or whatever. And oh my god, y'all, what the fuck is the director's name? Oh my god, y'all. So we in his apartment, right? So he like, yeah, I got 2 sons, blah, blah, blah. How old are you? And I'm like, yeah, I'm 20. I think I was 22 or something. And when I said that, I think he was trying to, like, put me on with one of his sons. So he had walked behind me and, like, grabbed me or whatever by my side. And I looked at him, because he know I don't like being touched. And I always, like, told him that, like, I don't like being touched. So he had grabbed me, like, trying to, like, make it be known, like, no. Like, ain't no putting her on with nobody. Like, this is my beach, okay? And I was like, cop blocking ass nigga. At first, I was like, yeah, like, chill out, man. Like, I'm not, you know, I'm with him right here. Tell me why the goddamn son walk out the damn bathroom with the shower robe around, bitch, and goddamn, bitch, he was fine as a motherfucker. I almost dropped my goddamn jaw. He came out the bathroom, I was like,
oh my god. she belongs to the streets.
When I tell you that man's son was so fine, and then he had shown me a picture of the other son. Y'all just all fine. Like, I just was so like lost, and I was so mad because they was just fine, baby. They was fine, oh my God. And he came out and he was like, yeah, he was like, yeah, the other one lives upstairs and the other in the penthouse with his girlfriend and his kid. I was like, oh, but where his girlfriend at? The one behind you, the one that live in this apartment. And I think he went to like USC or something. I was like, damn, like, what the fuck? Like, he was fine. And yes, okay. And he was my age too. I think his son was like 23, 24. I was 22. Bitch. And I could find out who his son is right now. But anywho, you know, he had showed us his apartment or whatever. And the apartment was like really, really nice and stuff. It was in downtown LA, for Christ's sakes. And we had went up to the rooftop. So I'll insert a video clip of the rooftop so y'all can see what I'm talking about, because that was where I was at. And I even took a picture of this, and the picture on my Instagram is on that rooftop. So the rooftop, you can see the big Hollywood sign, and you can see the whole downtown LA basically. It was really, really nice. So he was like, you like hookah? And I was like, yeah. He's like, okay, I'm gonna get my hookah. So he went back downstairs to his apartment, got the hookah, put the hookah upstairs. And let me tell y'all, that motherfucking hookah was hitting so fucking good, bro. I got so dizzy. Like, I was like, oh, like, I did not feel good. Like, I thought they were trying to kill me. I ain't even gonna lie. I was like, oh shit. Like, I wasn't feeling good, dog. I really felt like at any moment I could drop dead. Like, I got to pass out, drop dead. But I was just hookah. I was like, I wanna go to Rodeo Drive. I want to see all this stuff or whatever. So we get there, and yeah, I was trying to see what his pieces was hitting on. I was trying to see if he was gonna buy a bitch a bag or something. He was not trying to buy a bitch a bag. Probably if I would have actually had sex with this man, I probably would have got a lot more out of him, but I just wasn't feeling it, y'all, and I just can't. Like, I can't do that. That's when I knew I was like, I'm just not that guy. Like, I can't do that. I can't be this like gold digger type person. So we driving up the hill and shit, and I just really thought he was about to kill me, y'all, but he was not about to kill me. He was trying to be really sweet actually, and he took me to the top, like the tippity top of the mountain. So we were in the hills, like the Hollywood Hills type shit. And like, it was a bunch of houses, like, you know, like you could tell they were celebrity houses that sit on top of the hills and stuff. And we were like on the hill, and he basically wanted me to see like where we were at. It was like the view of downtown. So like, you see the entire view of downtown. Now listen, this would have been real cute if you would have, number one, told me, prepared me, and number two, just not have done that shit. I am horribly afraid of heights, y'all. I mean, like, shitly on deadly, horribly afraid of heights. I freaked the fuck out. I mean, I panicked, bruh. I panicked, and I went nuts. And I was like, get me from down here, get me from down here. Oh my God, oh my God. I was like bugging the fuck out, y'all. That shit was not funny. And he was looking at me like, what the fuck? Like, he was like, I was just trying to do something nice for you. Shut your stupid ass up. You should have bought me a Chanel bag, nigga. And then going down the mountains was even crazy, because if you had living in California or you've been to California, when you're going down, there are no like side railings. Like, you're literally just going, like, some of them have side railings, but when we were going down, there was not a side railing in sight. And I was so scared. I'm like, yo, we could fall off this mountain and I could die. I went home, and that was the end of my story, y'all. That was the time I got flew out, and I'm telling this story to let all these girls out here know you do not have to fuck and suck these niggas to get them to fly you out. You just gotta be player about it, and that's on period, okay? So that's my version of my thought story of a legit thought story. And yeah, if y'all want to hear more story time, because I have a bunch more, make sure you like that bell button right here down below. Go ahead and like it right now. Make sure you comment down below as well. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you can be tuned in when I update y'all on more story times, because my Atlanta story times are crazy, y'all. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I will see y'all in my next one.